Hello everybody, this is the Top Hat Life, and welcome to eBay Day Every Sunday, episode 6. And today, I will be talking about and reviewing and telling you how we use the JFJ Easy Pro disc cleaning machine to clean our discs that we list on eBay. And I'm gonna get started. So, we have used this JFJ Easy Pro on games for the PS2, PS3, PS4, GameCube even one time, and it actually worked. Even though the discs are super small, it still fit in the machine. So we tried it and it worked. And Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii U, just normal DVDs, movies, Blu-rays, and I think that's about all we've tried this on for now, and it's worked fine for all of them. We've tested just about all the discs we test all the discs we clean to make sure it works, because if you don't, it's pretty risky, because the machine is meant to clean off the scratches, which means it does wear down the plastic film on the CD, which sounds bad, but it actually works really well. So you can get this on JFJ Easy Pro website. I'll put the link down below. I'm not affiliated with them, but I'll just put the link down below in case you want to check that out. It can come in 110 volt or 220 volt, and it ranges from about $160 to $200 between there, I believe, right now. And also, it's designed, it's supposed to be for about 50 repairs or less every week, but sometimes we do more or less, and it doesn't have much maintenance. The only part about it is that after you put the stuff in to clean the disc, it gets messy in here kind of fast. So you gotta clean it out every once in a while. About every, like, if you have sessions where you clean, you gotta clean it out, which is not too bad because it does work pretty well. And this is from their website, but it says that they also have a DC motor with a thermal protector that will shut down during about 20 to 30 minutes of constant use. So it's not designed for 24/7 use. This JFJ Easy Pro we've used it for buffing, cleaning, getting out scratches, and some deep scratches. The thing about deep scratches is you have to use sandpaper, like this right here, on a little pad they use. You have to use sandpaper on a pad on the disc, which is then getting into risky territory, because you could wear it down too much if you don't know what you're doing really. But I'll explain what we do in a second. And this size of this machine is about 10 inches tall from here to here, and 9 inches long from here to here, and the side from here to here is about 7 inches wide. So that's about the size of the machine. The cord's decently long. It's not too short, it's not too long, it's about medium length. So all in all, it's a good machine, and it's pretty compact. And they do give you, if you order from their website, which we did, or no, we ordered off of eBay, but it came with like a starter pack, not really a starter pack, but starter kit, and it came with polishing compound number 1 here, which is blue looking, it's 5 ounces, and polishing compound number 2, which is white looking, and it has 5 ounces. And it came with this JFJ Repair Anti-Static Spray Cleaner, which we didn't use this for a while, but we tried it out, and it cleans off the compounds pretty well after you use the compounds inside the cleaner. It cleans it off the disc pretty well. And it did come with 2 of these sanding pads, you put the paper on, and two different types of paper. One's more fine and one's more coarse. I don't know the exact grits. And it came with, I believe, 2 buffing pads. And I believe that was about it. And of course the machine itself. So that's about most of the stuff I know about the machine right now. So I'm going to explain how we use the machine and how we use it on a disc. So when you get the machine, it's pretty simple. You just plug it in and it gives it power. It only needs power to turn it on. And then you're going to want to hit the power switch here, and it turns it on, which now it's off, but you turn it on, and then it has 4 options here. It has 10 seconds of cleaning, 20 seconds, 1 minute, and 2 minutes, which is faded out there, but those are the buttons in order. And the thing about the machine is, you're going to want to get used to how long it takes to clean the disc. Like, if you look at it, it has like very few scratches. It may just need wiping off, and you want to use the machine anyway. You just do like 10 seconds of cleaning using the buffing compound or polishing compound. So it just takes a little bit of time of getting used to it, but then once you know how long it takes for what kind of disc and how many scratches, or if it's a deep scratch, whether or not you need to use the sandpaper, because you don't need to use the sandpaper for all of them. You want to keep that in mind, because sandpaper could ruin your disc. We only ruined, I believe, about 2 discs so far. We've cleaned, I believe, probably well over 100 by now, and that's not bad at all. Good thing they weren't expensive games. So I wanted to show you how it looks after using it inside the machine. It does get pretty messy inside if you use it a lot, so you have to clean it. I didn't clean it because I wanted to show you how it looks. So this is what it looks like. Let me get this. This is what it looks like inside. So this is how it looks like inside the machine after you use it for a while. And the machine, you put the disc here. I have a disc right here. You put the disc right in here. You want to put the part that gets red on the bottom to be cleaned down by this pad, and then you're going to want to use the nut that they give you, this right here, which is dirty itself too, and you screw it on. You're going to want to screw it on clockwise, and once it's screwed on, you want to snug it a little bit, but not, of course, not too snug. And then I also wanted to show you this pad. The pads stick on by Velcro on the bottom, and here they have this part that spins here as well, is what the Velcro attaches to. And you can see the pad gets pretty wore out, like it goes down and down because the disc is wearing it out. And the reason it's blue is because of the compound color. But you put the pad onto here, stick it down, and then you're going to want to take, see, we use compound number 2 a lot because of the fact that compound number 2 is what it has. It's a little coarser, I believe, and it buffs and slightly cleans out and the scratches and everything. So there's no real need to use compound number 1. It says to use compound 2 first and then number 1 after. You don't always have to use number 1. Number 1's mainly for like buffing it out at the end or making it all shiny and nice. It's good to use on ones you want to keep and you want it to look real good. But we haven't used it too much. We mainly use number 2. We even ordered a bigger bottle recently of 15 ounces. And it's a lot bigger, of compound number 2. And you put a few drops on here. Well, the first time you use the pad, you want to like spread it around and put more than a few drops and get it all spread onto the pad. And then after your first use, you can put like a few drops every other time to keep it compound on the pad. And then when the pad gets wore down like this and it goes to about I think it's a 1/4 inch is when you want to replace it. It's probably best to replace it before that, a little before that. When there's about a 1/4 inch remaining, you want to replace it, because then it's not doing anything really, because the disc is not getting pressure onto it and it's not reaching the pad enough to be clean. You want to make sure you switch out your pads when needed, so you don't just not clean your CD and then you think there's something wrong with the machine. And let's say you have a CD with very slight scratches, but it has it all over the CD. You might want to use compound number 2, and what we would use is we would use compound number 2 for probably 20 seconds to a minute if it only has some scratches all over the CD. But if the scratches you notice aren't cleaning out very well and they're pretty deep, you would want to use a sanding pad. You probably want to do it for about 20 seconds depending on the size of the scratches. If they're really deep scratches and you know it's going to take a while, you might as well just hit the 2-minute button, let it go, and then see if the scratches are out, and then go to the next grit or the finer grit sanding paper and then do that. But the machine does get hot, and this part up here, this thing that holds the disc, the arm, I'm sorry, it can get hot as well. So you want to let it cool down every like probably 20 minutes like it said. I also wanted to say that when you hit a button, the machine, there's no way to just stop it unless you turn off the power or unplug it. So you gotta be careful of that. If you hit like 2 minutes of sanding and only needed 10 seconds, you can unplug the machine and power it off, but it's probably not recommended to do that. I don't know if it will mess up the machine in any way. We've done it a few times just to make sure, because it was getting really hot. It hasn't messed up our machine. Our machine still works perfectly fine ever since. But you don't want to be doing that constantly, because you never know what happens. So you're going to want to figure out what you're doing, and you'll get used to it real fast if you want to use the machine. It's not hard to use. There's 4 buttons. You put the disc in, you turn it on, you put a few drops of the compound in there on the pad, and you just let it go. You wipe off the stuff. Also, there was a microfiber cloth I forgot to mention in that starting kit, and you can use a microfiber cloth to clean off the stuff pretty well. We just use cotton balls and alcohol to clean off the compound, and it works just fine. And once you clean the disc, you're gonna want to, if you're gonna sell these, if you're just using this for home use, you're gonna want to test them probably anyway. But you're gonna want to test the disc if you're gonna sell them, because things sell better when you have cleaned and tested on DVDs and discs. And you clean it and you test it, and if it works, it boots up, then you're good to go. You're probably gonna want to play the game for a minute, make sure, because sometimes readings get messed up during the game. Most people probably just boot up and it boots up and turns it off. That does save time, but it could also, there's a chance it could cause an issue with your customer if it arrives and they play for, let's say, 10 minutes and it just cuts out and it can't read because there's a slight scratch somewhere different that the disc didn't read right away. Because discs can boot up even if they're scratched, of course. It just depends where the scratches are and how badly it is. So it's best to test your discs after you clean them, because especially if you sand it, because you're wearing it down a lot, the film protecting the disc, so it gets risky, so you're just gonna want to test it. But so far, this machine works really well. We actually ordered a package deal of the Icon machine and another one of these. They also have a dual arm on their website, which uses 2 of these arms right here. Uses 2 of these on the same pad. So it's saving time by using 2 arms. You do 2 at once, but it wears down the pad twice as fast. So you'll need to buy the buffing pads constantly if you clean a lot. And that's about it for the machine. We use it, we like it, it works really well. And this is how we list all of our DVDs, CDs, games on our eBay store, if you want to check that out. And that's about it for this video. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see future content or any of my other videos that I've already made. eBay link is down below in the description. And visit our store at Mr.TopHatMan. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.